So what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Now this is more of a part 2 to a video that I already did just a couple days ago. And in that video I sort of went through all the different videos and all the different media outlets, and I took all the major tidbits of information that I saw from where the press got to play Cyberpunk 2077 a little bit early. So in this video I'm going to go over a little bit more information about the game that I wasn't able to break down in that 10-minute video, because there's just so much footage and there's hours and hours and hours of videos and just people talking about this game and their experiences. So I wasn't able to fit everything into that video, so this is going to be part 2 to that. Now, a huge shout out to the user Frost Winter, who posted this huge Q&A mega thread on Reddit, which basically answers a lot of your guys' questions, which I'm going to go over in this video. They basically did the same thing that I did. They watched all the videos, they took all the information from all these different sources. Here's an example of some of the different sources that they got their materials from, and I will post a link to this mega thread down for you guys down in the comments if you guys want to check it out for yourselves. But they do a pretty good job of breaking down some of the most asked questions, and they actually found out some things that I did not cover in the first video. So to start off the game, you will have your 3 life paths to choose from. You have Corpo, Nomad, and Street Kid. When selecting Corpo as your life path, you will begin the game at the Arasaka Tower. When you are selecting Nomad as the life path, you will begin in the Badlands. And then when you are selecting the Street Kid life path, you will begin at a bar in Night City. So each different life path will affect your overall story. It will give you different dialogue options, and will obviously give you a different starting experience at the beginning of the game. But here's an example of what your character V might look like, depending on which life path that you may choose. So based off of these images alone, I think I'm steering more towards either Street Kid or Nomad on my first playthrough. Now, if this game is anywhere near as good as what I'm hoping that it is, I will probably end up replaying the game as all 3 different classes, just to try to test out the experiences. But I do think that it's pretty cool that you do get 3 different choices to start your game. Now, another interesting fact is that there are indeed children in the game. It has been confirmed that you can find them walking around in the environment and stuff. It has been shown in some of the teaser art and in some of the posters. Now, you won't be able to kill children, which is probably a good thing. I could only imagine just the lawsuits and the backlash that they would receive if you could kill children, especially in a open world environment like this or Grand Theft Auto. There's a reason there's no children in Grand Theft Auto, because everybody would be killing them. So that is probably a good thing. They probably just act like essential NPCs. You probably just can't damage them at all. They probably just run away. Or maybe they're not even put in spots where you can initiate combat. Who knows? But it is confirmed that there are children in the game. Now, during the Night City Wire event, they showed off this new mechanic called Breakdance, and it has been confirmed that XBDs, or illegal brain dances, torture and porn ones, are found on the black market or at certain night markets sold by seedy individuals. So during a brain dance, you have control of the environment. You can go back and replay different things. You can pause, rewind, fast forward. So the fact that you can buy illegal ones should be pretty interesting, especially the ones related to porn and murdering people and stuff. I think a lot of people are going to be very interested in that. So we'll just have to wait and see how interactive those brain dances actually are. Then we found out that any weapon in cyberware will be color customizable, so you can change the way that your weapon looks, and you can change the way that your cyberware looks. That is also pretty cool. If you get a new cyberware attachment, you can just make it whatever color. That way everybody's character looks unique and individual based off of the way that they choose. And then there are also at least 20 perks times 12 skills, which makes for about 240 total perks that you can choose from. So there is definitely a lot of progression and things to upgrade and just tons of stuff to do. And around 240 perks just gives you numerous possibilities, tons of replay value, tons of different character builds. So to me, that makes me very, very excited. And then we found out a little bit more about the police and the trauma team, and it's that they will tase you / shock you if you do not comply with their orders. So the trauma team is that like emergency insurance team where if somebody's in danger, they will send this like armed force to come and save whoever it is. And they obviously take their job very seriously, so if you do not comply with their orders, they will take force against you. And then we found out that gun shops can offer you missions, and there are roaming cyber psycho NPCs raging as side mini-bosses. So there is no lack of side quests in this game. I would imagine the gun shops probably offer you discounts or maybe unlock certain weapons if you do missions for the gun shop owners. And then there are a ton of roaming just NPC bosses that can give you different loot drops, like different weapons and stuff. And those cyber psychos are just scattered throughout the entire map. so there is always something to do. And then since we were talking about the Cyber Psycho mini bosses, this is kind of related to that, and it's that there are bounty missions in the game, one of which has you tracking down an infamous and extremely dangerous gang of cyber psychos. So there are a bunch of different bounty contracts and stuff. It's even been said that you can hack into a police terminal and hunt down bounties that way, and then you can just take care of the bounty and then turn that bounty into the police to collect a reward. Now, a lot of talk since the Night City Wire event has been about the vehicles. A lot of people are curious about how the vehicles are going to handle, what all types of vehicles you can have and stuff. Well, we found out that while you are driving the vehicles, there are upwards of a dozen plus radio stations to give you a pretty wide variety of different things to listen to. It is confirmed that there is indeed a rock music station. You can hear live police reports through the radio, and it was reiterated that all the music on the radio is comprised of all original new songs performed by famous artists and CD Projekt Red's own sound team. So obviously you're not going to hear modern music. You're probably not going to have the same type of radio as you would in like Grand Theft Auto, for example, where you hear music that we all know and that we're used to. This is set in 2077, so obviously you're going to hear futuristic music, you're going to hear new things, you're not going to hear, stuff from the past. Plus, if they make all the songs themselves, they don't have to deal with copyright problems, they don't have to deal with getting the rights to play certain songs on the radio. And then we found out that street cred is a morality system and it can only go up. Street cred just shows off how famous you are throughout the city. The more street cred you have, the more things you can get and the more opportunities present themselves to you. For example, there are some items in stores and from vendors that you can only buy if you are renowned in Night City. So there is no way that your street cred can go back down. Once you have street cred, it only keeps going up. So the more you play the game, the more missions you do and stuff, obviously the more street cred you are going to get. And then the next one, apparently there are a ton of Witcher Easter eggs in this game. This is to be expected though, since it is CD Projekt Red, they also make the Witcher games. For example, somebody that broke down the trailer noticed this sign, which is a reference to the Witcher's Nilfgaards. Now the Nilfgaards are just basically a bunch of soldiers and stuff that you see in The Witcher. So this is just a play on words. So I think it's really cool that there's going to be a bunch of Witcher Easter eggs, and I can't wait to find all of them. Now when it comes to the combat, we found out that there is a stamina bar for melee attacks, blocking, counterattacking, comboing, and etc. So you do have to keep an eye on your stamina meter. I'm sure that you could make it better with different perks and different upgrades and stuff. Different cyberware will probably make it better as well. But there is in fact a stamina meter. And then another really interesting bit of information that has me personally very excited is that you can injure/dismember enemies and you can leave them alive and presumably disarmed instead of killing them. Now we did see an example of this in the gameplay reveal just a couple years ago where they showed you fighting Sasquatch, one of the bosses, and they give you the option to kill her or to let her live. Now options like this will be scattered throughout the game. This will affect some of the missions, this will affect your ongoing story. Now I wonder how this will affect your overall gameplay. I wonder if you can leave every NPC dead or alive. Can you just wound them? Can you injure them? I know some people like to play games where they don't kill anybody at all. I don't know if you're going to have the option in this game to just not kill anybody. Maybe you could just go around hacking everybody or sweet talking your way past certain objectives. But I do really love that they give you the option that you don't have to kill every single NPC. And I also really like the fact that they give you the option to just run around and cut people's heads off. And then the final bit of information that I have for this video is that nudity can be turned off at the start of the game and possibly whenever you like. The journalist who played in the recent demo said that full nudity is possible. You can enable it or disable it in the character creation. You have the choice for the nudity to be censored, underwear, or have the character be fully nude. Now this is actually a big deal because a lot of people are turned off by some video games if they know that there's nudity. A lot of parents won't buy the games for their kids, for example. Some people don't want to play the games with their families. Some people just get uncomfortable if there's nudity. So at least you have the option to completely turn it off. You have the option to blur it out, or you can just go full on nude. I like the fact that they leave it up to the player and they don't force you to have or not have any certain amount of nudity. But that is it for all the game details that I have for you guys in this video. This was part 2. If you guys are interested in this, then please give this video a thumbs up. If enough people like this, then I will be sure to make a part 3. And then as always, as more information comes out for this game, I will be sure to cover it and I will keep you guys updated. I am super stoked for Cyberpunk 2077. It's one of my most anticipated games of the year. And I know that I cannot wait till November. But that is going to do it for me, guys. If you guys are new here, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for all notifications. Be sure to join the channel's Discord and to follow me on Twitch at SwanyPlaysGames Live. And I will talk to you all in the next video.